Hello again, baseball fans, to another exciting game of the Apba Baseball Master Game here on the Tiger Bob Broadcasting Network. Today we have Game 2 of the 1993 World Series with the American League Championship Toronto Blue Jays hosting the Philadelphia Phillies, the National League champions. Phillies took Game 1 of the series and they lead the series 1-0 with 5 home runs in yesterday's game, as they took the game 8-3. And Toronto looking to get back on track. Today we got David Stewart pitching for Toronto. He's pitching for the home team, and the left-hander Terry Mulholland will be pitching for the visiting team, Philadelphia Phillies. The managers and the umpires are at home plate. They're going over all the ground rules here in the Skydome. At this point in time, we'll go down the Philadelphia Philly batting order. There is a couple changes in the batting order today with Stewart pitching. So leading off, once again, will be the center fielder, Lenny Dykstra. Batting number 2, second baseman, Mariano Duncan. Batting third, first baseman, John Kruk. Cleanup hitter, third base, David Hollins. Batting fifth, the catcher, Daulton. Batting sixth, right field, Jim Eisenreich. New in the lineup, batting seventh, Pete Incaviglia playing left field. Rickey Jordan, he's batting eighth at DH. And Kevin Stocker, he's batting ninth at shortstop. And pitching for Philadelphia would be Mulholland. We'll talk more about him in the bottom half of the inning. David Stewart's on the mound. He's finishing up his warm-up tosses. I'll go over his record a little bit in the regular season. He was 12-8 with a 4.44 earned run average. He's a grade 7 pitcher. He's a right-hander. He has a Y and a W. He has a move to first +2, and he is prone to some home runs, as he does have an L. It's 8:30 at night. It is October 17th. We're expecting over 50,000 fans here again in the Skydome. Paul Runge, he's the home plate umpire. He's calling the balls and strikes, and he hollers, "Play ball!" And we're ready to get underway. Stewart all warmed up, and up steps Lenny Dykstra. Lenny Dykstra in the first game, he was 2 for 5, and he had one of the home runs. Stewart delivers to Dykstra. 53. 53 is a 16. That's a fly ball to center field. Center fielder Duane Ward is a 3 on defense. The dice roll 35 puts him in fielding 1, and Duane Ward is going to catch it. Shallow center field, makes the play. 1 up, 1 away. And we're underway here in Toronto. So happy you're here. And hopefully you can stick around and enjoy some Apba Master Game baseball. Bat number 2, the star of the first game of the World Series with a double and 2 home runs, was Mariano Duncan. Can Stewart have better luck against him? Right-hand hitter. 55. 55's an 8. That ball's going to drop into left field. Duncan gets another hit. So Duncan's on first base. He's a D22. He does steal on occasion. The batter's Johnny Kruk, the left-hand hitter. 316 hitter in the regular season. And he's just going to swing away. 55. 55's an 8. That ball's going to drop into left field. Back-to-back little bloops out to left field. Duncan stops at second base. And Philadelphia kicking up their heels already. Yesterday's game, Guzman could not get out of the first inning. So they definitely got to get some innings here out of Stewart. Up steps to third baseman, switch hitter, hitting left-handed, David Hollins. 25. 25 is a 9. He's a -3. So 7 becomes a 10. First and second. Grade 10 pitcher. We got a 9. He pops it up on the infield. Backing up a couple steps, right on the edge of the grass, is Fernandez. And we got the first out of the inning. So with 1 out, 2 on, up steps. Left-hand hitting, Daulton. He was 0 for 3 in the first game. Left-hand batter, Stewart to the set. He delivers. 44. 44 is an 8. That ball's going to drop in. He's a pull to right. That ball drops into right field. The hit numbers are 54 and 55. So Joe Carter with the 33 arm. Second base is Duncan, 16 speed. 16 off to 33, 17 off to 54. He has a 37 out of 36 chance of scoring. So he is going to score. And then you got Kruk trying to go to third base. 33 minus 7 is 26 off to 55. That's a 29. Take off 1 for the move. He has a 28 chance of going to third. And he is going to try for third base. Dice roll for 11 through 28 will be 11 through 54. He'll be safe at third. Dice roll 14. So we get the base hit by Daulton. Duncan scores. Kruk goes to third base. We have ourselves a 1-0 lead here for the Phillies in the first inning, and Stewart in all kinds of trouble already. And up steps the left-hand hitting Jimmy Eisenreich. He had a 3-run homer in yesterday's game. Stewart delivers 15. 15's an 8. Eisenreich. Handicap. He's a -1 off the grade 7 pitcher. 8. Off the grade 8 pitcher. First and third. That's going to be a 30. That'll be a fly ball. Left field. Rickey Henderson under it. And he makes the catch. And that's the end of the top of the first here. As Philadelphia scores 1, and they threaten to score more as we go to the bottom of the first. We have 1-0 lead for Philadelphia. Terry Mulholland out there finishing up his warm-up tosses. We all go down the Toronto Blue Jay batting order. We had a change in the batting order here for Toronto too. Leading off will be left fielder Rickey Henderson. Batting number 2, center fielder Duane Ward. Batting third today. Moved up in the batting orders, the DH Paul Molitor. Cleanup hitter Joe Carter in right field. Batting 5th, Johnny Olerud at first base. Batting moved down to number 6 with the lefty on the mound is Roberto Alomar. He'll be playing second base. Batting 7, Tony Fernandez, shortstop. 8th, third baseman Ed Sprague. Batting 9th, the catcher Pat Borders. And then we got Terry Mulholland pitching for the Phillies. From Uniontown, Pennsylvania, he was 12-9 in the regular season with a 3.25 earned run average. He's a grade 12. As I said, he's a lefty. He has a Y. He has good control with a Z. And he has a wicked move to first base. He has a move to first +3. Does not have any home run ratings. So Rickey Henderson in the batter's box. He had 1 hit in this first game of the World Series. Mulholland, the lefty, delivers to Henderson. 53. 53 is a 15. That's a fly ball to left field. Left fielder out there is Pete Incaviglia. They find him already. 34 is going to be fielding 3, so that's going to be a base hit to left field. And then Caviglia bobbles it out there, and Rickey's going all the way to second base. So Toronto's in business already. Did not take long for them to find Incaviglia out there in left field. So batting number 2, Duane Ward, 0 for 4 in the first game. Toronto looking to get some production out of Duane. Here we go. Lefty against a switch hitter, hitting right-handed. 16 is a 28. Ground ball to the shortstop. Shortstop, Stocker's an 8. That's going to be fielding 2. So 28, fielding 2 at the shortstop. Short to first. Runner holds. Nice job by Stocker making the play and keeping Rickey Henderson at second base. So now with 1 out, runner on second base, up steps Paulie Molitor. Molitor, he had 3 hits in yesterday's game. Here's the pitch to Molitor. 45-14, that one's up high. That's ball 4. Now Toronto has 2 on base here in the first inning. And up steps the big RBI guy, Joe Carter. 121 RBI in the regular season. Right-hand hitter. Left-hand pitcher to the set. 52. 52 is a 27. Ground ball to the third baseman. Hollins is a 3. 43 on the 3 third baseman. That will put him in fielding 3. Safe at first on fielder's choice. Runner out at second. Third to second. Carter just fast enough to beat it out at first base. So that's 2 away here. Coming up to bat is Johnny Olerud. What kind of season did he have, hitting .363 in the season with 24 home runs? So first and third. Infield's deep. They're holding a runner on first base. Here's the pitch. Mulholland against a left-handed Olerud. Snake Eyes is a 6. That ball's hit hard. That ball is off the right field wall. Double to deep center. It's actually way out to right. Deep center out there. Center fielder to the shortstop. It's not going to matter. 2 runs are going to score. Olerud pulls into second base. That ball was absolutely smoked. And Toronto comes back in the first inning, and they have a 2-1 lead. And Bobby Alomar coming up to bat. What a pitch. Got it up high, and Olerud just crushed it. Up steps Bobby Alomar. Man on second. 2 outs. Mulholland trying to get out of this inning. 13-14. Walks Alomar. All those base on balls will kill you. Now we got Tony Fernandez up with 2 on and 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Mulholland. Fernandez. 61-24. 24 on the first and second. That'd be a ground ball to the shortstop. Stocker grabs it, flips it to Duncan. And that's the final out of the inning. And as we go to the second inning, Toronto leading 2-1. Leading off for the Phillies, making his first at-bat in the World Series here is Pete Incaviglia, a .274 hitter in the regular season with 24 home runs. Stewart, righty on righty. 36-33. Y-Man struck him out. 1 up and 1 away here in the Philadelphia Philly second inning. Coming up to bat now is Rickey Jordan. He's the DH today, right-hand hitter from Richmond, California. Stewart to Jordan. 53-20. Ground ball to the second baseman, Alomar. Alomar over. Grabs it, throws to first, and it's in the dirt. It's in the dirt. It doesn't get very far away, but it's going to be an error on usually the sure-handed Bobby Alomar. There's second baseman. So now we have a runner on first base. Jordan, he's a slow runner. He didn't attempt any stolen bases on the season. Stocker's up. He's a left-hand hitter. Stewart to the set. Delivers to Stocker. 43-29. Stood there like the house on the side of the road. Watch that one go by. 2 away here. The man on first base, and we're back to the top of the order. Up, Lenny Dykstra flew out to center his first time up. Stewart gets the sign, delivers to Dykstra. 34-31, fly ball, center field. Devon White racing over to the gap. He makes that catch. And that is it for Philadelphia here in the top of the second. They get a base runner, cannot score, and we're going to the bottom of the second. Toronto leading 2-1. And leading off will be Ed Sprague. He had a big 3-run home run yesterday's game. Made the game closer. Mulholland to the right-hand hitting Sprague. 43-29. Little broken bat, little comebacker to Mulholland. He grabs it, throws it to first. Sprague out at first base. With 1 out, we have Pat Borders coming up. He had 1 hit in yesterday's game also. Mulholland to the right-hand hitting Pat Borders. 35 is a 38. That's an RP board. RP board number's a 25. So we got a 38, 25. There's a 13. Be to the second baseman. So the second baseman is a 7. Using the big dice on it. Got to put him in fielding 2. Single batter beats out the hit to second base. So we have ourselves an infield single. Pat Borders is on first base. Just enough speed to get there. Now with 1 on and 1 out, up steps Rickey Henderson. First time up, base hit. Mulholland, the lefty, pitching to the right-hand hitting Rickey Henderson. 52 is a 27. Ground ball, third base. Going to be fielding 3. Third baseman grabs it, Hollins. Guns it across to first. Henderson out. Moves. Borders up to second base. And up steps Duane Ward. Runner in scoring position with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Mulholland to Duane Ward. 23-26 with a man on second base. Be a little fly ball out there. Center fielder under it. Nice little catch out there by Dykstra. Toronto cannot score in the second inning. But they also threaten. And we are going to the top. Third inning. Phillies coming up, trailing 2-1, and up steps Mariano Duncan. He's been a hit machine so far. He is 4 for 6 in the World Series. The right-handed Stewart delivers to Duncan. 25 is an 8. That ball's in a little Texas leaguer out to left field. Duncan's on first base as he gets another hit. D22, what they thinking about doing? Johnny Kruk. They're just going to swing away. 22 is a 7. That ball is scorched at right field. Single to right. Hit number of 44. Joe Carter grabs it. He has a 33 arm out there. He has a good arm. We got the base runner, Duncan. He has 16 speed. 33 minus 16 is 17 off to 44. That's a 27, but the move to first drops it to a 26. So a 26 on the 36 hit. Going to third. 11 through 52, and they're going to send him to third, 11 through 52. Throw to third. He is going to be safe. First to third on the base hit. Phillies pushing the base running a little bit. Now they got him on first and third with nobody out. Stewart in trouble again. And up steps the third baseman, Hollins. Last time up, popped up to the shortstop. Stewart peers in to get the sign. He goes to the set. He delivers. Hollins. Oh, he walked him. The bases are loaded. And we got a timeout. We got a mound visit. Mound visit's done. Stewart's still out there. He says he can get this guy. And what we have, we got the bases loaded. Nobody out. And up steps Daulton, the left-hand hitter. Infield's going to stay deep as they're going to look to get the double play ball here. And here's the pitch from Stewart to Daulton. 13 is a 14. He misses again. He walks in a run. This game is tied. Timlin's warming up in the bullpen. Don't know how much longer they're going to go with Stewart, but they're going to give him another hitter here. Jimmy Eisenreich, bases loaded, infield deep. Stewart still looking for a double play. To the set, he delivers. 32 is a 12. That is to the first baseman. First baseman, Olerud, is a 4. That'll put him in fielding 1. And he hits left-handed. Deep. Runner out at second, batter out at first. 3-6-3. Double play. And with the bases loaded, W does not matter, so they do get a double play on the ball. And they will gladly sacrifice another run to get the double play. Well, they do fall behind by 1, but now we got a man on third base with 2 outs. And up steps Incaviglia. And Stewart trying to get out of this mess in the third inning. Here's the pitch to Incaviglia. 22 is a 6. That ball's far. That ball's deep, and that ball is gone. Incaviglia just inside the foul pole on left field hits the home run, giving the Phillies a 5-2 lead. And that's looking like that could be it for Stewart. So Pete Incaviglia, since he come in, he had the air because he's not a really good outfielder, but then he hits the 2-run home run here in the third inning that chases Stewart out of the game. And coming in to pitch for Toronto here in the third inning will be Mike Timlin. He's going to come in with the bases empty. Timlin, right-hand pitcher from Midland, Texas. He's a grade 5 with an X. First batter he's facing will be Rickey Jordan, righty on righty, as he tries to get out of this inning. Timlin to Jordan, 35. 35 is a 9. So he's a 5 pitcher, goes up to 10. Jordan's -1, 11. 35, a 9 off the grade 11. That's going to be an out. Off the grade 11, we got a ground ball to the shortstop. Fernandez grabs it over to first. And that is finally it for Philadelphia here in the top of the 3rd inning. As this Toronto crowd is just stunned as we go to the bottom of the 3rd. Terry Mulholland has a little bit of a cushion here with the 3-run lead, 5-2, 3-run lead. And up steps Molitor off the left-hand pitcher. Molitor, 61's a 37. That's an RP board. 53 on the 37. 53 on the 37's a 29. That's going to be strike 1. And here's the pitch from Mulholland. 45-14. He walks Molitor. Get the feeling this might be one of those kind of games. Up steps Joe Carter. Molitor leading off first base. Mulholland delivers to Carter. 25. 25 is a 9. Off to lefty, he's a +2. So the 12 becomes a 10. A 9 off the grade 10. Little blooper out there to left field. And Incaviglia coming in. He makes that catch on the run. Pete Incaviglia showing a little speed. Looked like that ball might drop in for a minute, but it doesn't. Joe Carter out. Now we got 1 out. And up steps Johnny Olerud. Last time up, doubled way out deep center field and 2 runs scored. Here's the pitch. Lefty on lefty. 46-13. He froze him. He must have been looking for a curveball and he got a fastball. Strikes out Olerud. 2 outs here in the 3rd inning. And now batting is Bobby Alomar. Last time up, he drew a walk. Here's the pitch to Alomar. 22. 22 is a 8. Off to lefty, he's a -13 and a 12. 8 off the grade 25. That's a fly ball. Weakly out to center field. Dykstra under it, makes the catch. Nothing across for Toronto in the bottom of the 3rd, and we're going to the top of the 4th. Phillies leading 5-2. And up steps the shortstop. Switch hitter, Kevin Stocker hitting left-handed. 52-27. Timlin, fastball, struck him out with an X. 1 away here in the Philadelphia 4th inning. And now batting is Lenny Dykstra. 3rd time up, he flew out the first 2 times up. Timlin to righty, pitching to the lefty. Dykstra, 23's a 26. Little 2-hopper to Alomar, flips it over to first. 2 away here in the top of the 4th inning. And up steps Mariano Duncan. He has 5 hits and 7 at-bats. Timlin to Duncan. 24-13. Not this time. He strikes him out. Nasty pitch by Timlin. Nothing across for Philadelphia. Top of the 4th. We're going bottom of the 4th. Phillies leading 5-2. We got Fernandez, Sprague, and Borders. The bottom 3rd of the order coming up to bat. Mulholland delivers to the switch hitting Fernandez. 16-28. Ground ball shortstop. Stocker fires it over to first. Fernandez out by about a step and a half. With 1 out, up steps and Sprague. First time up, hit it back to the pitcher. Here we go. Right-hand hitting Sprague. 66 is a 0. 63 is a 6. That ball's deep and that thing is off the left field wall. I thought it might carry out, but it doesn't. But Sprague chugs into second base with a double. So Toronto back in business. Up steps Pat Borders. Last time up had an infield single. Mulholland to the right hand hitting Pat Borders. 32 is a 12. With the man on second base. First baseman Kruk's a 4. Going to put him in fielding 1. Little foul out. Kruk over in foul territory makes the catch. That is the 2nd out of the inning. Back to the top of the order. It's Toronto trying to start chipping away at this 5-2 deficit. Here we go. Mulholland to the right hand hitting. Rickey Henderson. 15 is an 11. He's a +5 against the lefties. So the 7's going to be 12 will drop to a 7. Single to left field. 47 is the hit number. So left fielder Inconveniente with the 27 arm, 7 speed by Sprague. That's 20. 20 off to 47. That's a 27 out of 36. So 11 through 53, he will score, and they're going to send him. 11 to 53, they're going to send him. Looking at the big dice. Throw to the plate. He's going to be safe. The dice rolls a 26. Rickey gets the hit. Sprague scores. We got ourselves a 5-3 baseball game with Henderson on first base with 2 outs, and up steps Duane Ward. Right hand hitting Duane Ward. Mulholland delivers. 52. 52's a 27. That's going to be the ground ball. Third baseman grabs it. Hollins over to first. And that is it here in the bottom of the 4th. But Toronto starts chipping away. And we're going to top of the 5th inning. We got ourselves a 5-3 baseball game. So Timlin's still coming out to pitch the 5th inning. He's pitched 1 1/3 innings, but he's only pitched to 4 batters so far. I'll normally let a Q through with an asterisk go to about 6 or 7 batters. So leading off, Timlin here in the top of the 5th inning will be Johnny Kruk. Timlin delivers. Johnny Kruk, 51. 51 is a 9. The 5 becomes a 3. That's going to be a base hit. Johnny Kruk's on first base. Now batting is the third baseman, David Hollins, as they're trying to get through this inning with Timlin after their bullpen really got used up yesterday. Timlin to the set. He delivers to Hollins. 22 is a 7. That ball's going to be a base hit. Right field. With the little dice is a 3. So the hit number will be a 41. John Kruk's going to stop at second base. He does not have the speed to go to third base. When we got a timeout, we might be looking at a pitching change. So coming in to pitch will be the left-hander, Tony Castillo. He's a grade 12 lefty. He was in yesterday's game, pitched to 6 batters yesterday with 1 2/3 innings. So he's going to see if he can't get through this inning. He comes in to face Daulton, and then Eisenreich, a couple left-hand batters. So we got him on first and second. Darren Daulton up. He's singled and he's walked so far. Castillo all warmed up. Here's the pitch to Daulton. 43 is a 29. That's going to be a pitcher number. Pitcher's a 1. 32. That's going to put him in fielding 3. So first and second, 29. Fielding 3. Safe at first on fielder's choice. Runner out at second. Pitcher to short. So, fielder's choice. Pitcher to short. Kruk goes to third base, and now we got Darren Daulton on first base. So now we got first and third with 1 out, leaving the infield deep, and up steps Jimmy Eisenreich. Lefty on lefty. Here's the pitch. Castillo to Eisenreich. 22 is a 7. Eisenreich is a -3. 7 off to 15. First and third. 7 off to 15. That is a 30. That is a fly ball to left field. Rickey Henderson. 16 is going to be fielding 1. The hit number is 47. So we might try and score on a sacrifice fly. We got the 28 arm out there with Henderson. We got the 7 speed of Kruk. 28 minus 7 is 21 off to 47. 26 chance of scoring on a sacrifice fly. So 11 through 52. He's going to try and score, and they're going to send him. 11 through 52, looking at the big dice, he is going to be out at the plate. Fly ball. Double play. Borders does an awesome job holding on to the ball in the collision there. And that is it here in the top of the 5th inning. As Phillies do not score, and we're going to bottom of the fifth. Phillies leading 5-3. As we go to the bottom of the fifth, just talking about that play at the end of the fourth inning. What a throw by Rickey Henderson. Didn't think he'd have that kind of arm, but he threw a nice throw to the plate. Borders blocked the plate, and they clearly got the double play. So now we're in the bottom of the fifth. Toronto still just down by 2, down 5-3 with the heart of the order coming up. Molitor, Carter, and Olerud. Mulholland pitching to Molitor. Walked his first 2 times up. 33 is a 6. That ball is right down the left field line in the corner. Molitor chugs into second base with a double. Now Toronto's in business. Molitor on second base. Nobody out. And up steps the RBI man. Joe Carter. 0 for 2 today. Here's the pitch. Left-handed Mulholland. Right-hand hitting Joe Carter. 26. 27. Y-man froze him. Struck him out. 1 away. The very worst off, he wanted to move to run over. Wasn't able to do that either. And up steps Johnny Olerud. Lefty against a lefty. He is 1 for 2 today. Mulholland delivers to Olerud. 54. 32. Fly ball. Right field. It will be fielding 2. With the dice roll of 3. It's only a 37 for the hit number, so he's going to stay on second base. We got 2 outs, and up steps Bobby Alomar. Here's the pitch. Left in. So the switch hitter hitting right-handed. 56-13 struck him out. That will be the 3rd strikeout today for Mulholland. And we're going to the top of the 6th inning. Philadelphia leading 5-3. New pitcher coming in to pitch for Toronto here in the top of the 6th inning will be Danny Cox. He pitched 2 innings yesterday. He wasn't too extended. It was the 7 batters, so they're going to try and get an inning out of him here. He did have 2 hits, but he pitched 2 innings. He pitched good yesterday, 2 innings and no earned runs. So Danny Cox is coming in here to pitch the 7th inning. Should I say the 6th inning? And up steps Pete Incaviglia. So we got a righty on righty. Danny Cox is grade 13 with a X, Y, and a Z. And here's the pitch. To Pete Incaviglia. 32 is a 12. That's a chopper. Right to the first baseman. Grabbed. Olerud. Race to the bag. Olerud wins the race. 1 away. Now batting is Rickey Jordan. As Cox trying to keep this game close. Here's the pitch. Rickey Jordan, 15 is an 8. Off the right-hand pitcher, a -1. 13 becomes a 14. 8's going to be a fly ball left field. Rickey Henderson makes the play. 2 away. Now batting is Kevin Stocker. Struck out both of his times up today. Cox to Stocker. 21. 21's a 30. Rickey Henderson, busy man out there under it, makes the catch. And that is it here in the top of the 6th. And we're going to the bottom of the 6th inning. Phillies leading 5-3. Mulholland still on the mound. He's pitched to 24 batters so far, so looks like he can at least get maybe 1 more inning out of them. And they'll get to the bullpen. Leading off here in the bottom of the 6th will be Tony Fernandez, 0 for 2. Mulholland delivers. Fernandez, 63, 31, fly ball, center field, Dykstra, straight, back about 3 steps under it, makes the catch. That ball was hit more high than it was far. Up steps Ed Sprague, last time up, double and he scored a run. Mulholland to the right-hand hit and Eddie Sprague. 22's a 7. That ball's going to be a little line drive over to left field. Sprague's on first base with 1 out. Toronto in business again, and up steps the catcher, Pat Borders. Mulholland gets the sign to the set. He delivers to Borders. 22 is a 7. Base hit. Single to left. The hit number's a 31. Not far enough for Sprague to move any further than second base. And we got a mound visit. They decide to leave him in here, so first and second, one out. Up steps Rickey Henderson, hitting right-handed. Toronto down by 2. Mulholland to the set. He delivers to Henderson. 12 is to 25. That's the second baseman. 12 is to put him in fielding 1. Ground ball double play. Second baseman Duncan over to Stocker. Guns it to Kruk. Oh boy, they double up to fast. Rickey Henderson. And Mulholland gets through the 6th inning, and we're going to the top of the 7th inning. Philadelphia clinging to that 5-3 lead. Danny Cox, he pitched a clean 6th inning, so he's going to get to come out here and pitch the 7th inning. And leading off will be Lenny Dykstra. Then we got Duncan and Kruk. Danny Cox, the righty. Dykstra, the lefty. 21's a 30. Fly ball left field. Rickey Henderson under it. Makes the catch. 1 away. Now batting. Ever so hot. Mariano Duncan. 5 for 8 so far. Did strike out his last time up. Cox delivers to the right-hand hitting Duncan. 42. 42's a 13. Struck him out. 2 up and 2 away here. In the top of the 7th inning. And now batting is first baseman Johnny Kruk. Krucker, 31. 31 is a 9. Off the righty, he's a +2. 13 becomes an 11. 9 off the grade, 11 is going to be an out. Nine off the grade, 11 pitcher will be a ground ball short to first. So an easy inning for Cox here in the top of the 7th. As we head to the bottom of the 7th in the 7th inning stretch. Philadelphia with a 1-0 lead in the World Series and a 5-3 lead here in the game. So we reach here the bottom of the 7th inning, 7th inning stretch. Time for to take me out to the ball game and stretch your legs for a minute. At this time, I'll ask you if you like the content you've been seeing, haven't subscribed to my channel yet, if you could take a moment and do that. Any likes, any comments, any future World Series you'd like to see, I'd like to hear it. And now on for the rest of the game. Don't care if I ever come back, 'cause it's root for the home team. They don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. New pitcher coming here, pitcher in the bottom of the 7th for the Phillies. It will be Larry Anderson. He pitched 2 innings in yesterday's game, and they're going to see if he can't get a quick inning here in the bottom of the 7th inning here in game 2 here. So Anderson in. He'll be facing White, Molitor, Carter, and if anybody gets on base, it'll be Johnny Olerud. So Anderson, the grade 13 pitcher with an X and a Y. Duane Ward steps up. He's 0 for 3 today. He's 0 for 7 in the series, looking for his first hit. White hitting left-handed. 45-14. Larry Anderson walks him on 4 straight pitches. So Toronto down by 2 runs. It's the leadoff guy on here. And the crowd getting louder and louder in this dome here. Up steps Paulie Molitor. Anderson to the set. He delivers to Molitor. 65-35. This will be a pop-up on the infield. Catcher. Daulton throws his mask away. Makes the catch. And we have 1 away here in the bottom of the 7th. So man on, man out. And up steps Joe Carter. Looking for a pitch he can drive. Anderson delivers to Carter. 22 is a 5. That ball is hit hard. That is off the grade 16 pitcher. That ball's deep, and that ball is gone. Just inside the foul pole in the upper deck. Joe Carter, 2-run home run. And we have ourselves a tied baseball game here in the bottom of the 7th inning in Toronto. And just listen to that crowd. Joe Carter, what he's been doing all year long, does it again. And we are tied at 5. And up steps Johnny Olerud as they're leaving Anderson out there to try and get through this 7th inning. Anderson delivers to the left-hand hitting Johnny Olerud. 45. 45 is a 14. He walks him, and we got a timeout here. We got a mound visit. And we got a pitching change. Coming in to pitch will be David West, a left-hander from Memphis, Tennessee. He's a grade 15 with an X, Y, and a W. So they're bringing in the lefty to turn Alomar around. So man on first, one out, and up steps Bobby Alomar, hitting right-handed against left-hand pitcher. Snake Eyes is a 0. 25 is a 1. That ball is deep. What do we got here? We got a West is a 15. He goes up to a grade 20 to the first batter, lefty. And then Alomar is a minus 13. So we go all the way up to a grade 30. On a grade 30, on a 1, it's a G. He has a G on the card, so that's going to turn it to a 6. And a 6 is going to turn it to a 32. So that goes all the way from being a 2-run home run to a fly out to right field. Wow. That ball looked for a minute it was gone, but instead we have 2 outs and a man on first base. And up steps Tony Fernandez. Oh, the crowd. The air's out of the crowd. But they're still tied up at 5. And 2 outs, man on first base, and up steps Tony Fernandez. Tony Fernandez, 45, 14. Walks Fernandez. So Toronto still battling here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And up steps Ed Sprague, the right-hand hitter, left-hand pitcher. Here we go. West to the set, he delivers to Sprague. 64, 32, fly ball right field. Under that one is Eisenreich. Makes the catch. And we're going top of the 8th inning with a brand new ball game, 5-5. New pitcher coming in here to pitch the top of the 8th inning will be Mark Eichhorn. He's a grade 15 pitcher. He's with a Y and a Z. He has a G for home run rating. He pitched 1/3 inning. He only pitched 1 batter yesterday's game, 1/3 in an inning, so he's good to go. So for 1 inning, I don't know the way it goes, maybe 2. So leading off, Eichhorn will be the third baseman, David Hollins, in this tie game, 5-5. Eichhorn delivers to Hollins. 46-13, struck him out. Strikes out the first batter he faces. So we got 1 away here in the top of the 8th inning. And up steps Darren Daulton. What's he done today? He single walked and he was on a fielder's choice play. Here's the pitch to Darren Daulton. 15. 15 is an 8. Off the righty, he's a +2. 15 becomes a 13. That's a fly ball. Center field. 2 away. And up steps Jimmy Eisenreich. Eichhorn. Pitching to Jimmy Eisenreich. Last time up, he flew into the double play, and the time before that, he bounced in a double play. 42 is a 9. Eisenreich. He's a -1 off the righty, so 15 becomes a 16. That ball's going to trickle through the infield. Eisenreich's on first base with a single. So 2 out, single by Eisenreich. And coming up the bat is Pete Incaviglia. And they're going to leave him in the bat. Eichhorn, righty on righty. Incaviglia, look for a pitch he can drive. Here's the pitch. 23-26, ground ball, second base Alomar, flips it to Fernandez. And that is the final out here in the top of the 8th, and we're going to the bottom of the 8th. Tie game, 5-5. So coming in the pitch here in the bottom of the 8th inning, making his first appearance here in the series is Roger Mason, right-hand pitcher from Bel Air, Michigan. He's a grade 6 with a Y. He's the kind of guy you could pitch 1, maybe 2 innings. Coming in to pitch to Borders, and then the top of the order. And here we are, 5-5 game. Bottom of the 8th. Up steps Pat Borders. Here's the pitch. 24-13, struck him out. 1 up, 1 away. Slider, outside part of the plate. Borders could not catch up to it. And up steps Rickey Henderson. Seeing if he can't get something going here for the Blue Jays as they're trying to get the lead here in the bottom of the 8th. Here's the pitch. Mason to Rickey Henderson. 52-27. Ground ball third base. Guns it to first. Hollins, nice play. 2 up and 2 away here. into Toronto, 8th inning. Now batting will be center fielder Devon White. Mason pitching to Devon White, 52-27. Ground ball Hollins, little chopper, guns it to first. Easy inning for Mason in the bottom of the 8th. And we're going to the top of the 9th inning. This game is still tied at 5. So with the tie game and the bullpen's a little depleted, Eichhorn's going to stay over here to pitch another inning. He faced 4 batters in the last inning, so he's in pretty good shape. And leading off will be the DH, Rickey Jordan, righty on righty. Here we go. Jordan, 44 is a 7. That ball's going to drop in, base hit. Left field. Phillies got their leadoff hitter on here in the top of the 9th. So Jordan's going to come out of the game. We're bringing in a pinch runner, Mickey Morandini. He's coming in to run for Jordan at first base. Morandini, he has speed of 15. And he has an E33 stealing, so he can steal if decide to want to send him. E33, tie game, ease, they can steal any time. Borders has a +1. Eichhorn does not have a move to first. Just a move to first +0, so he has a 32 chance out of 36 of stealing second base. So he has a pretty nice sized lead. Kevin Stocker in the batter's box. He's letting hit left-handed. And there he goes. He's going to try and steal second base. 11-32. He will be safe and he will be caught stealing. Oh my, 66. What a gun. Borders guns it down. Puts the tag down. And the second baseman holds on to the ball. So they bring in the pinch runner. They send him. He gets gunned down by Borders. Now Stocker's up. 1 out, nobody on. Eichhorn delivers to Stocker. 16's a 28. Ground ball to the shortstop. Fernandez grabs it over to first. 2 away. And up steps Lenny, nails Dykstra. As Eichhorn trying to get through the 9th inning. Pitch into Dykstra. 24-13. Struck him out. And we're going to the home half of the 9th inning. Tie game as Toronto's trying to walk it off. New pitcher coming in for the Phillies here. We got Mitch Williams coming in to pitch, the lefty, the grade 14 lefty with an X and a W. He pitched to 4 batters in yesterday's game. So he's good to go for at least 1 inning here. So here we go, bottom of the 9th inning. Mitch Williams in the pitch. And Toronto trying to get a run to walk this thing off. We got Molitor, Carter, and Olerud up to bat. So Mitch Williams all warmed up. And here's the pitch to Paulie Molitor. 26 is a 26. Ground ball, second base, Duncan over to first. 1 up and 1 away here in the bottom of the 9th. And up steps Joe Carter. Last time up, hit a 2-run home run. The Wild Thing delivers to Joe Carter. 43-29. X-Man struck him out. 2 up and 2 away in the bottom of the 9th. And we're 1 out away from going to extra innings in the second game of the World Series here. Williams pitching to Olerud. 46-13. Left-hander strikes him out. 1-2-3 inning here for Mitch Williams and the Philadelphia Phillies. As we go to extra innings here, tied at 5. So coming in to pitch will be Duane Ward coming here to pitch the 10th inning. He's the right-hander. He's a 19 with a K, an X, and a Y. He pitched to 4 batters yesterday. He pitched this to 1 inning, so he's good to go here. So the first guy he's facing is Mariano Duncan. Was red hot, but he struck out his last 2 times. Here's the pitch. Ward all warmed up. To Duncan. 22 is a 7. Base hit. Left field. Duncan on first base. Phillies have a base runner. And up steps Johnny Kruk. Left-hand hitter. Duane Ward peers in to get the sign. To the set. He delivers to Johnny Kruk. 12's a 25. Bouncer up to 12's a 25. It's going to be a K strikeout. Ward has the K. It is not the double play. It is a strikeout. One away here in the 10th inning. And up steps Hollins. Duncan, little lead off first base. Here's the pitch to David Hollins. 42. 42's a 14. He walks them. 2 base runners here for Philadelphia here in the top of the 10th inning. As Ward is starting to struggle a little bit. And up steps the left-hand hitting Darren Daulton. 2 on. 1 out. Here's the pitch. 22 is a 0. First and second, 0. Second dice roll, 13 is a 6. That is a double to right center. The hit number is a 36. So we got Duncan going to score, Hollins going to stop at third base, and the Phillies have taken a 6-5 lead here in the top of the 10th inning. And still just 1 out. And what's going on here now? They're bringing the infield in. They don't want to give up any other runs. So second and third, 1 out. Up steps Jimmy Eisenreich. Ward to Eisenreich. 64-13. He dusted him away with the fastball. Struck him out. What a big pitch that was. So 2 away. And coming up to bat for the first time in the game is Milt Thompson, as he comes in a defensive replacement for Incaviglia last inning. So 2 outs, 2 on, infield deep, pitch to Thompson. 21 is a 30. K-Man struck him out. So the damage is limited, but we are going to the bottom of the 10th inning. The Phillies, leading 1-0, are leading 6-5, trying to take a 2-0 lead back home to Philadelphia. Mitch Williams in his second inning of relief. Last inning, he only pitched to 3 batters, struck out 2 of them. He looked really strong, and he's in here to try and get the win now. And leading off will be Alomar. Alomar does struggle against a left-hand pitcher, so we'll see what happens here. Williams delivers to Alomar. 13 is a 14. Wild Thing walks the first guy he faces. Toronto's in business, and up steps Tony Fernandez. Alomar is a C30. Tony Fernandez in the batter's box. What will we do here? There's going to be a hit and run play. Fernandez, hit and run. 62's a 26. Ground ball to the second baseman. Grabbed by Duncan over the first. Runner moves up to second base. So now we got the fast Alomar on second base. So coming up the bat is Ed Sprague. Molitor on second base. Tie and run on second base. And here we go. Mitch Williams, the Wild Thing, pitching to Sprague. 33 is a 0. 21 is a 6. That thing is between the outfielders, splits the outfielders all the way to the wall. Runs in the score. Alomar scores. Sprague goes into second base. We are tied back up at 6 in the bottom of the 10th inning. And this crowd is going absolutely bonkers as their team keeps rallying back and back and back. So up steps Borders. Chance to win it. Chance to walk it off right now. Williams, the lefty, pitching to Pat Borders. 51 is a 9. Off the lefty, he's a -2. 14 becomes a 16. That is going to be a base hit. Single too short. With the little 3, the hit number is going to be 41. Left field Thompson, 33 arm. Then we got the 7 speed. 33 -7 is 26 off to 41. 15 out of 36 chances scoring. Third base coach puts the stop sign up. Sprague stops at third base. So Toronto has them. First and third, 1 out. Bottom of the 10th, tie game. And we got a mound visit. So Mitch Williams still in. All the infielders have talked about what they're going to do. They're bringing the infield in. They don't want to do an intentional walk with the Wild Thing on the mound. So first and third, infield in, Rickey Henderson up. Here's the pitch. Lefty to the right-hand hitting, Rickey Henderson. 41 is a 24. That's a shortstop number. Shortstop's going to be fielding 2 with the infield close. Safe at first, fielder's choice, runner out at home. Other to second. What a play by the shortstop. Stocker grabbed it, fired it home. Toronto could not score on that one. So runner at home. Borders goes to second. Henderson's on first base. And up steps Duane Ward with 2 outs. As Mitch Williams trying to get out of this and make it go to the 11th inning. Here we go. Lefty to the right hand hitting. Duane Ward. 34-31. Fly ball. Center field. Under it is Dykstra. And that is it here. In the bottom of the 10th, they tie it up. And we're going to the 11th inning. Tied at 6. So on this World Series goes to the top of the 11th inning. And we got the Morandini, Stocker, and Dykstra due up off Duane Ward. He only pitched 1 inning so far, so he can go another inning. So Toronto still has a decent reliever to use here. So up steps Morandini, who committed a pinch run, and he was caught stealing. Left-hand hitter, right-hand pitcher, Ward. Morandini, 66 is a 0. 15 is a 2. That ball is right down the line into right field corner. Morandini, he's rounding second base. He's going to try for third. Throw to third. He's going to be safe. Morandini leads off the top of the 11th inning with a lead-off triple. Wow. So now we got Stocker up, Morandini on third base. Infield is coming in as they got to cut the run off at the plate. Ward peers in to get the sign. He delivers to Stocker. 31. 31 is a 9. Stocker's a -5. 9 off the grade. 24 with a man on third base. 9 off the 24 is a 13. Struck him out. Wow, what a nasty pitch here. 1 away. Man on third. Back to the top of the order. Infield. Still in. Up steps Lenny Nels Dykstra. Lefty against a right-hand pitcher. Ward to the set. He delivers to Dykstra. 33 is a 0. 64 is a 6. Second column. Read the same as number 5. Number 5 will be a double to right, and Philadelphia takes the lead here in the top of the 11th inning, 7-6, and they're still trying to get more. Lenny Dykstra on second base. Up steps Duncan. Ward, righty, to the righty, 43-29. Struck him out with the K. Second strikeout of the inning. And now batting is Johnny Kruk, lefty, off the right-hand pitcher. Ward delivers to Johnny Kruk. 35 is a 14. He halfway intentional walks him. So 2 on, 2 away. And right now we got Hollins looking for a pitch he can drive and maybe put this game away. Ward peers in to get the sign. To the set. He delivers to Hollins. 22 is a 7. Off the righty. Hollins is a -3, so grade 22 pitcher. 7-22 pitcher. That's going to be a base hit. Left field. Hit numbers are 67 and 38. So single. 67. Dykstra's going to score. Kruk's going to stop at second base. And it's an 8-6 lead for Philadelphia here in the top of the 11th. As they are beating up the closer. They are beating up Duane Ward. And here we go. Daulton Ward. 41-13. Struck him out. 3 strikeouts in the inning, but it's the other at-batters that did the damage. And now we are going to the bottom of the 11th. This time the Phillies have a 2-run lead to try and take a 2-0 series lead. So bottom of the 11th inning, 8-6 lead. Mitch Williams is done. He is toast. He is wore out. He can't come back out and pitch. So what they're going to do now is they're bringing in the kid from Tallahassee, Florida. In comes Bobby Thigpen to try and close this thing up. He did have one save in the regular season. He's a grade 3 right-hander. As these bullpens, back-to-back high-scoring games are just depleted. So Molitor batting against Thigpen here in the bottom of the 11th. Toronto down by 2. And all the Toronto fans have their rally caps on. Thigpen warmed up. He delivers to Molitor, 63-31. Fly ball, center field, Dykstra under it. 1 up, 1 away. As they get the ever-dangerous Paul Molitor out. Now batting is Joe Carter. Joe Carter just trying to get on base off Thigpen. The righty delivers to Carter. 62-13, struck him out. 2 away here in the bottom of the 11th inning. Thigpen trying to get the job done. Now batting is Johnny Olerud. The crowd just trying to exhort their team on. Can Olerud stretch this out to at least one more batter? Thigpen, the righty. Olerud, the lefty. To the set, he delivers. 15 is a 7. Olerud, base hit. Right field. Toronto still has a life. So Olerud coming out of the game. They're going to bring in a pinch runner. Alfredo Griffin's coming in to run for Olerud. So he'll be on first base. They're not even going to hold him on. And up steps Bobby Alomar. Man on with 2 outs. Can Alomar get a big base hit for Toronto to keep this game going? Thigpen peers in to get the sign. To the set. He delivers to Alomar. 44 is an 8. That ball's going to drop in. Left field. Hit number 35. Runner Griffin going to stop at second base. And Toronto trying to rally here. And up steps Fernandez. First and second. 2 outs. So coming up the bat is Fernandez. They're leaving Thigpen in the game. They really don't have anybody to really turn to. So here we go. 2 on. First and second. 2 outs. 2-run lead. Thigpen delivers. So the switch hitting Fernandez. Hitting left-handed. 15 is an 11. Single to center. The hit number is a 72 and a 69. So single to center. Griffin scores. So for the runner on first base, Alomar, we got a 28 arm in center field. We got 18 speed for Alomar. That's 10. 10 off to 69. That leaves a 59. So he has a 59 out of 30 chance of going to third. If I take 36 off that, he has a 23 out of 36 chance of scoring from first base on a single to tie this game up. So 11 through 45, he's going to be safe, and they're going to go for it. 11 through 45, Alomar trying to score from first base on a single. Throw to the plate. He is going to be out at the plate. Oh my, 65 guns him out at the plate. The catcher holds onto the ball. What a throw. Dykstra fires it all the way home as Alomar was trying to score all the way from first base on a single. He cannot do it, and that's the way this game ends. 8-7 in the bottom of the 11th inning. Oh, what a classic World Series game this has been. So what a wild ending. 2 games in a row here in Toronto is Philadelphia takes a 2-0 lead in the World Series, winning this one 8-7 as Bobby Alomar tried to score from first on the single. Looked like he had a decent shot to do it. The third base coach sent him, and he was tagged out at the plate. And that's the way the game ends. 8-7. And we'll be back in a minute with some totals. So what a wild series game here in Toronto. Final line score, Philadelphia, 8 runs, 15 hits, 1 error, 9 men left on base. Toronto, 7 runs, 14 hits, 1 error. They left 12 men on base. The win goes to Williams. The wild thing, Williams gets to win as he pitched 2 innings. He had a blown save, but he got to win. Thigpen, in a wild 11th inning, he gets the save. As they went through all the relievers again, Mulholland 6 innings, 8 hits, 3 earned runs. Anderson pitched 1/3 of an inning. West 2/3 of an inning. Mason pitched an inning. Williams, and then Thigpen. For Toronto, Stewart started. He only made it 2 2/3 innings. Another short outing. Then Timlin come in, pitched 1 1/3. Castillo, Cox, Eichhorn, and Ward come in. He pitched 2 innings. He gave up the 5 hits and the 3 earned runs. 2 walks. He ended up striking out. All 6 outs were strikeouts, but he gave up too many hits. Home runs today. Each team had 1 home run. Philadelphia had a home run out of Incaviglia. And Joe Carter, he had a big home run to tie this game up. So he had a home run. And extra base hits. Daulton for Philadelphia had a double. Dykstra had a double. And then for Toronto, Molitor with the double. Olerud with the double. And Sprague had 2 doubles. Jordan had a triple. Top hitters in the game for the winning team. We had Duncan, 3 more hits. He's 3 for 6 today. And Johnny Kruk was 3 for 6. Daulton had 3 RBIs. And then for Toronto, part of their 14 hits was 3 hits out of Sprague and 3 out of Borders. So that is it here in the Toronto Skydome. Over 52,000 fans once again. 52,062 was the official attendance. Come here, and once again, their team is just surprised as the Philadelphia Phillies with big hits take the 2-0 lead. And now this game will be going back to, not back to, but going back to, they'll be going to Philadelphia. Game 3 coming here in a couple days. Philadelphia will be throwing the left-handed Danny Jackson. And Toronto will be throwing their ace, Pat Hentgen. He'll be pitching for Toronto as Toronto tries to climb back in this series. And this one here, would like to hear your feedback on the last play of the game. The guy had a 64% chance of scoring from first base to tie the game up on a single. I thought that was a better chance than even Rickey Henderson coming up with his 4-something on base percentage. But in hindsight, maybe the third base coach should have held him. And that's the beauty of the game. And this game just had a little bit of everything. We had guys getting thrown out. We had guys getting, home runs turned into outs. So just crazy. But that's the beauty of Apba baseball. Anything can happen. And that is it here from Bay City, Michigan, or should I say the Toronto Skydome, as we look forward to Game 3. And as always, you guys, keep playing the Apba sports games. They are the most fun games out there. Have a great day.